gather round the table, and I shall tell you the tale of a glitchy dancer. And so, it starts. Every day, all around the world, kids go missing, and simultaneously, there was a glitchy parametric otherworld that coexists between ours, that caused kids to go missing on school days before and after school from 7 to 9 AM and 3 to 4 PM and after dinner time from 6 to 7 PM simultaneously, in La Marche, Italy, that is also known as the Shoe Valley. That's one of the 20 regions of Italy. Every day a kid would be snatched up on the street while playing, walking, or riding bikes, as these kids when they would return would find themselves having had age progressed from kid to adult subsequent to discovering they've been a missing kid for years after seeing themselves on a missing kids poster. I wonder at some point if they could have been missing in plain sight. One day, there was a 14-year-old boy named Cory Englehart who was doing donuts around in his backyard with a friend, when he drove through a puddle of some radioactive toe jam, that must have been from the shoe of one of these glitchy dancers, and he just disappeared thereafter. Just like that, and when his friend saw what had happened, curiosity left his friend to purposefully step in the radioactive toe jam, except he got left behind. Now in between these two boys being missing and found is a real paradox, because while Cory was missing, he crossed paths with a pair of magical omni-sneakers in a forest, that became like a sidekick to him. And so, every day while Cory was caught up in the glitchy parametrics with these magical omni-sneakers, it would challenge him to put his best foot forward in the development of character strengths and virtues. Because of that, it sparked an aha moment within Cory that gave him his divine assignment for life. And what tickles my fancy is it was said that only the bravest and most fierce goalkeeping defenders in all the land were powerful enough to inherit its superpowers of super flexibility to do things with your feet that aren't possible to men, like shooting energy beams out of your feet, super navigation skills, super speed, super strength, withstanding extreme heat, flight, creating fire with a foot, the ability to turn quickly and catch something with a foot, extremely enhanced flexible pelvis to rotate their feet underneath their bodies and walk, shapeshift feet into pinnipeds when in water, the ability to walk on water, and leap in a single bound. However, with a lot of strength and a little help from divine guardians, who watched over the missing kids from the inside looking out, as their predecessor alien beings from the southern dimension of the glitchy parametrics, that caused him, somehow nowhere to be at the right time to cross paths with missing kids on the other side. Before long, after a while of Cory's feet were fitted in these super sneakers, he would discover that he had the ability to do telepathic automatic writings from an outer planet that coexists between this world. With a little practice, even he was able to harness the power of their predecessor's species called the Ryliolans, who are from the home world of Gymnasium 4, who are wobbly cyborgs who live in herds in the glitchy parametrics. They are a race of contortionists like humanoid aliens with extractable vestigial rubber band-like legs and arms. They wear extremely big puffy ultra-fino husky Ushanka soft faux fur winter Russian hats that look like a rabbit dyed on their heads and communicate through the medium of dance. It wasn't long before Cory was invited to join a glitchy dancer Flashmob, subsequent to being initiated with an on-fleek superhero costume that looks like an elaborate Sparko X light fire dirt bike suit designed in navy blue and gold with a glitching shoe emblem on his shoulders. It also includes X-Light racing shoes, Sparko Aeronomex gloves, a short cape that retracts from a compartment on his shoulder blades, a Sparko X-Light dirt bike helmet. It has an AI system that gives him intel about his health, dirt bike tricks and basketball moves, surroundings, and species from outer planets that gave him powers of super stretch and the ability to contort his body into anything, to shapeshift with the environment. Although, some of these missing kids do tend to get homesick, they make themselves found by family or friends, and return home. While on the other hand, others age from their pinups and decide that they would rather stay in the glitchy parametrics, where they have found safety. But for the missing kids who return, they usually would materialize 6 months later as a strange unidentified missing kid. Just like that. So in that case, and because of that, eventually, Cory revealed himself to his friend who got left behind subsequent to being seen glitching in and out, as he was 99% invisible between the glitchy parametric center dimension and this world, whenever Cory strikes a chord in a mosh. Because of that, Cory and his friend both put their heads together and figured out how to make missing kid glitchy dancers found, as they rediscovered glitching in and out of these worlds as a way of teleportation, to jump in and out of their world to not just save the lost, but to also fight crime, and work with the law enforcement and assistance on arduous unsolved missing kid cases. And so, now you know that the glitchy dancers walk amongst us, missing in plain sight. Yet, someone or something's out there, seeking to save the lost with them. There's an urban legend out there that has it that these pair of magical omni-sneakers, that are appearing to missing kids and are wooing them to find their feet and guide are called J-Sneaks, the radioactive glitch.